Next is testing for significance of the coefficients. So overall significance, the hypothesis is all the beta coefficients are equal to 0 against the alternative that at least one beta is different from 0. So one or more parameters is not equal to 0. And we get the p-value from the SAS output, likelihood p-value. So now since the p-value is less than 5%, we will reject the null hypothesis, and therefore the overall significance is confirmed. Next, we need to provide an interpretation. Here it follows the same pattern like before, so we have sufficient evidence, sample evidence to show that the regression, logistic regression is significant. So we have sufficient evidence to conclude the logistic regression between binary variable that the customer will use the coupon as the dependent variable, and the other two, annual spending and whether the customer holds a store credit card, as the two independent variables. The probability that this conclusion is wrong is nearly 0. Since we have established overall significance, now let's do test of significance for individual independent variables. The first one is the annual spending. So the hypothesis that we need to test for this is beta sub 1 equal to 0 against the alternative beta sub 1 not equal to 0. The p-value comes from the SAS output for annual spending. It's there. And since this is less than 5%, we can reject the null hypothesis. That means this variable is a significant variable. So we have sufficient evidence to conclude that the annual spending is a significant variable in the logistic regression. So the second variable to test is whether the customer holds credit card or not. And once again, the hypothesis is beta sub 2 equal to 0 or beta sub 2 not equal to 0. And the p-value for this variable comes from the SAS output, which is credit card. And since this is also less than 5%, we will reject the null hypothesis. So the interpretation is that the customer holds a credit card or not is a significant factor.